Hi, Kenny.
Kenny.
Good morning, beautiful.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello.
Hey.
Chat is open now. People are coming in.
Is this on live also, or is it just Zoom?
Good question.
I think it's just Zoom.
Zoom,
okay. If live was going on last time, it was neglected. I couldn't figure out how to get to it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It was funny. I don't think it was working though. Hey, Kenny. Kenny's here today. He's joining the panel. Hello.
The panel.
I don't know what to call it. Yeah.
Hi, Grace.
Grace is on.
Grace, welcome. And welcome everybody.
Everyone,
Lots of people showing up.
Hi, Conver, Harvey.
Hey. We meet again, although we've never met. We never will.
Grace, when you first started making videos, I used to watch all of them.
Yeah. You know what? I know. Once you contacted me, and then, but I think at that time, honestly, like somehow there was something overwhelming about like talking. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just wasn't time. It just it still felt like it had a meaning for a while after the collapse. You know what I mean? And then I think it kind of like slowly that whole sense of that significance,
exactly.
Disappearing. Yeah. And
no,
here we are.
Woohoo! Speaking of significance.
And Davi, so good to see you. Later, like I saw the interviews and I was like, oh, I wish I had like talked to Davi. He's like such a beautiful person, But here we are. Nothing is lost.
Davi is beautiful.
It's not possible.
And that never happened at the same time. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a specific intro. How about any of the other speakers? Kenny, Zabi, Grace, Eddie, or anybody, because it's nobody. I could try giving an intro. So much pressure. Let's see. Well, it's just this. So, game over on all accounts. Yeah, it's undescribable. You can't describe this at all. You can try, but you're not even doing that. This right now, this, always, it's always just this. And there's no thoughts, but if you think back, has it ever been different than this? You could say things appear different, but who's saying that, right? And immediately it's a story, and nothing wrong. Hey, Natalie, welcome. Nothing wrong with stories at all. In fact, if we didn't have stories, that'd be pretty boring. So it's simple. It's real simple. It's all there is this, and That's it. All right. Any questions? Raise your hand or post in chat. We got a lot of people here today, apparently, and it's going to be exciting. I'm excited. And welcome, everyone. Some people are joining still, looks like. Eddie, are you the host? I think. Okay.
Well, I guess like nobody's speaking.
Go for it.
When I was speaking with Aaron like the other day, and you said like why do I go to the I don't know, meeting? It's kind of like going to a nightclub. It's like the same thing as going to a party, or and somehow that's like I think that's really kind of true. It's kind of going to a party, and I guess it can be disappointing for some people if you are looking for expecting something, just like a party, like, because if you have some idea of how it should go, I should get laid, or I don't know, something, and it doesn't happen, it could be disappointing.
Darn it.
There is no expectation. You can just like show up and have fun. Just have a good laugh.
Natalie, you're on mute, by the way, if you're trying to talk. I don't know if you were or not. Just let you know.
No. Thanks. I was just mumbling.
Yeah, Grace, totally. Every Friday, apparently, I look forward to the party. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
it's not like I'm getting paid for this. It's just fun. It's fun.
Yeah, but that I mean, that is like actually, I mean, it has nothing to do with it. I don't know why this is coming up, but just because it's fun, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get paid. I mean, my work is fun, and then I get paid. I think that's
I mean,
great.
I like
Life
money.
should be like that.
I don't mind.
I love money. I love money.
Me too.
Why not?
Wow.
It's like a rain and wind,
Isn't that wrong? Aren't you not supposed to love money or something like that in some story?
Yeah, like I guess, it's free for everybody. It's free to believe whatever, Nothing wrong or right.
What it is. Nothing wrong or right. Shoot. Julia. Hey, Julia. Welcome. Woo, we got a record number.
Hello.
Hey, welcome. You can talk if you want. And that's basically how it goes for everyone here. So good morning. It looks like it's night over there, or is it morning over there where you are, Julia?
It's 7 in the afternoon, 7 p.m.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just chilling in a dark room, so
that's cool. Yeah, I do that too. This Zoom call is more like Harry Potter. You know, in Harry Potter, those like news articles, if you've seen it, and they have like a newspaper, and the person in the newspaper is like moving and stuff. It's like that. It's just a bunch of whatever magical moving squares that look like people. And it's almost like there's people, and it's just magic. I don't know how to describe this or explain it. Doesn't need to be. Woohoo! Chat's open again. If anyone has a question, just pop in chat or something to share. Nothing's needed.
Yeah, nothing's needed, and nothing matters. So we can stay in the silence instead, or talk. It's the same. It's still this. What's just happening apparently. There is no one inside the body staying in silence or speaking these words. It's just speaking happening, sitting happening, drinking happening, listening happening, and apparently. So no one came to this meeting. Although in the story it may feel that I made a choice and I came here. It's this overlay, so to speak, from this feeling separate. I am doing it. I am choosing it. And it feels real. As my favorite nighttime dream analogy. So real. And it owns everything, whatever it's happening apparently. I did this. I choose this. I did wrong. I did right. They did right. They did wrong. That it's totally empty. Empty of doer. So there are no right or wrong choices. No one did choices. Choices appear apparently. There are apparent choices, but all choices are made, so to speak, are done. Everything is done already. The me comes in later, is late to the party and owns everything. I did it. I made it. But you never did anything. There is in the chat something. It's private. Okay. Somebody asked that he just started to write that he hopes that I speak something. It just happened.
And then also the funniest part is that the thought that I am doing something or I am choosing to this and then this is my life is no better or worse than recognizing that this is nobody's life, or nobody's here, or nobody's doing anything. So there is no not better or worse. It doesn't need anybody to be believed. It doesn't see anybody to recognize it. So that's kind of, there's nobody who can recognize this. There's no one who can know this. Absolutely freely, innocently, sometimes recognition happens with some characters and not. I saw this is a story. I'm like, guys, let me tell you a story. Yesterday, a friend told me, somebody that I knew when I was, I mean, like 30 years ago, when I was really young. And then kind of we lost contact. And out of nowhere, like I got a text that I didn't even know who it was from. And then I recognized, oh my gosh, this is old friend. Somehow she happened to be in New York. And then there was just this kind of impulse of joy and, oh, I want to see her. Let's meet for dinner. And we met, and you know, like she was so cute and funny and telling all these stories. Grace, you know, what should I do? My life, it is like, I want to be a writer, but I have peace. I want to, like, I don't know, go party, and I want to live wildly. Well, I want to live wildly. I don't know, go to Mexico and just surf, and don't want to be in school or do things. And I don't know, all these stories. I was like, yeah, like nothing is stopping you. Go live a wild life, partying or something. And she was like, but I cannot. And then it was so funny because I totally forgot about, I don't know, like the what seeking is, or even the concept of seeking energy or being a self or no self. Now it just like, makes no sense. I don't really understand even the difference. But then it's like, no, I want to, but I cannot. And these like all these like, but it was like, wow, oh, now I remember that's as if like somebody who is choosing, I want to, but somebody who is stopping that somebody from living the life that I want to. I don't know. It was just like a comedy, you know? And so innocent, and so also there's no sense that it is like, oh, and then I eventually told her, oh, you know, but it is not like actually there's somebody, you know, it's just the thoughts and feelings, and that one thing happens, and then frustration of not being able to do what I want. I don't know, all that as the imaginary somebody wanting something, but the imaginary somebody cannot. I don't know, that whole like a drama. And then yeah, and it's like there's nobody inside, and she's like, no, I don't like that. No, I love myself. It's totally
What?
perfectly fine.
I don't even know why that's so funny, but it is. It's funny.
This morning I woke up and I thought about the stories. I was just like so full of love, like for her, because she's just there's a lot of love, you know?
Yeah.
So like cute, and the stories were so funny, and I was like laughing to myself.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to be like wild and kind of like partying and just like, you know, have multiple partners or something. There's that impulse, but she's not that kind of person. So I don't know. Not the kind of, it's just apparently not happening, you know, but
there can be like a separation in the story of what people want and what actually seems to
what is actually happening.
Yeah. It's like they're not synchronized for some reason. Sometimes they are, I guess. It's hard to know. It's hard to know.
Yeah. Oh, and then she said, but Grace, I love this drama, like this kind of like, oh, you know, that like, I don't know, the stories of suffering intense. Like, oh, wow, yeah, that's like wonderful. So, you know, and then
yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey.
Hey, I've listened to yeah. I've been watching some of your YouTube lives you did, and I think they were like recordings. Really good. What kind of what kind of questions do you get on those? I'm just curious. Any that you remember that stood out?
Hmm. I don't know. I don't know because it seems like questions can come from so many different angles. Trying to know, trying to understand this. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have any that come to mind, but
Well, I got one for you.
I,
What is this?
this
Everyone keeps saying
this
this. It's just this.
this
What is this?
is
What?
everything. This can't be said. This is just this. It really can't be known. It really can't be figured out in this specific way. It can't be diluted into a short little answer. It can't be known. And it's so not satisfying for the mind or for wanting to know this. This can't be understood. Or something.
This can't be understood. Well, that sounds like a knowing. Are you saying, and I'm just playing devil's advocate, are you saying you know that this can't be understood?
Well, no, I don't know.
No, I'm just a jackass. No, yeah, there's no knowing, so
I think it's more like it's just
I don't know how to
unknowable.
describe it.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, Natalie, yeah. We can
No,
hear
I
you.
just said I think it's just more like it's unknowable. You know, whether you can know it or if you think you know or you think you don't know, it's just pretty much the same. You know, it's just pretty much the same. Because what's there to
and
know?
then
Yeah.
the
Look
whole
around.
yeah, and then I think the whole interest in like knowing and not knowing, self or not self, or I don't know, duality, non-duality, all that goes away. It's kind of who cares? It is the is-ness of life.
Yeah.
This is the peace. It's not to be had, it's not to be got, it's in the chaos. It's that is it. It's the movement away from it, the getting it is the suffering.
Hey.
It's
and
even that is it's crazy. Who'd have thought? Who'd have known?
Nobody. And it's already done. It's already this. It's not like, oh, I'm almost there.
Yeah. It's in that seeking.
Yeah. The seeking is beautiful. When it's seen that it's just this. Always.
The movement away from it is everybody's life, and the story and the dream and the angst and the it's crazy. The stillness is in that craziness. It's in that chaos. It's just, it never leaves. It is what it is. That it's just crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's amazing that the anxiety and the depression and the wanting and is just completely and utterly equal with the greatest joy and everything you ever wanted. The difference is nil, absolute nil. And it's just the peace of that stillness. It's just, who'd have thought? How do you explain that to somebody?
You don't need to. There's no one else
Yeah.
to explain it to anyways. That's the part of the piece. So you can try to or not try to. It doesn't matter. It's the same ultimately.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. Like someone else was saying, Natalie. Yeah, Grace. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of the paradoxically the ultimate aloneness. There's nobody to say, nobody to share, nobody to share this message with, and everything disappears into that aloneness, and then to be revealed that it was always the case.
Freedom for just what is, not from it. Yeah.
Yeah. From it's a story.
Yeah.
And that's a story. That's just a sentence or something appearing in time. And so it's what it is. Yeah. It's peace. It's it just doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what is. Or maybe it does matter. And that also doesn't matter.
Fine,
That's
yeah.
okay. That's okay. That's
That
okay.
is, the freedom for what's happening is that they're not mattering. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's kind of also tricky to talk about it, because not mattering is not for anybody, and it's because it's outside of this talk. And when I don't know, just living in life is feels like, it's feels like it matters, and I'm totally engaged with it, totally, whatever it is happening, paradoxically more than ever, as if it matters more, but it's not. All that is, I don't know. Who can say it doesn't matter? No one.
Yeah, the absolute intensity of whatever's happening is pure absence, pure innocent absence. In all its complexity, absolute. Yeah.
Yeah, because that absolute absence feels like absolute presence.
Yeah. Why not?
Elio said, is it like we are inside the film and nobody are in the seats with popcorn?
No one's inside the film. There is no film.
You bastard, did you just say that? Yes. Yeah. No film. I mean, you could say that and there's nothing wrong with it, obviously. But it's just this. So what is a film? There's no time. And yes. And yes to everything. Yes.
And somehow, I don't know, sometimes it's like even these words, because when it imagines that it has a meaning, that even not having a time, it's just this, and it's just all doesn't matter. As long if it is heard as if it has some kind of meaning, then it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like this cannot be made into something. It cannot be made into some kind of a movie that, I don't know, there's empty seat. Like sometimes it can kind of be also heard conceptually, which is also fine, and that's also happening choicelessly. But it is already, the ordinary life is already like that. Already your life, everybody's life is already that way. So it's not anything outside of the ordinary life already.
Yeah, the appearance is always full. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sometimes people say it's empty. And that's, you know, a story like anything else, everything is. But like, I don't see the emptiness. It's just, I mean, it's pretty full. And yeah, there's no knowing of that, but it's just.
I was gonna bring in.
It's not
Casey,
empty,
you know
man. It's not empty. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what is empty? What does even empty mean?
So that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
When the thoughts of emptiness come up, I think it's just the unknowability. That's the emptiness, because it's all so unknowable. But then the fullness is the intimate knowing of something without really knowing, because there's nothing behind anything. You know, there's not some deeper knowing of something that could be known or not known. It's just unknowable. And there is the emptiness for me. For me. For no one. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows?
That's beautiful. It's totally, because it's like yeah, somehow, as long as emptiness has some meaning, or believed to have some kind of meaning, the word emptiness or fullness, or even unknowable, as if if it is heard, as if it has some kind of meaning, unknowable, like as if it is like so mysterious. Like, what does it even mean, unknowable? Like some kind of
like there's no mystery. There's no mystery.
There's no thing. It's like unknowable.
No.
What does that truly mean?
It's just what it is. Yes.
It's too simple. It's
too simple.
And like let's say when I'm like talking to my friend and I don't know something, and you know, in intimacy conversation happening, it feels like totally like
the words are just
knowing,
coming out. Yeah. It feels like knowing, you know, and that's
totally.
I think it's so cool. Sometimes I think it's horrible. Yeah. But sometimes it's cool that it's so unknowable. Sometimes it's like, oh my God, this is so unknowable. What the hell? Who knows it? Why is it one time it's okay and then another time it's not? It's like, I have no idea. Don't ask me. It's just happening. Don't ask me.
Yeah.
I'm just on, you know.
Yeah, well,
whatever.
It's like it's always free fall or something, but like in the free fall, there's this illusion that there's time and there's I don't know, there's like solidity or landing places.
Like there's a sense of, it makes sense. But does it make sense? What does that mean? You know, we all drive on this side of the street, so that makes sense. But really, it's just because that's the way it is. You know, it doesn't need to make sense, does it? I mean, what is that? I don't know what that means.
Some people may think so, that it does need to make sense. I used to apparently feel that way. I mean, that's totally scary.
Yeah, that was like,
why not?
I have to make sure this fits in, but that's just what was happening. Yeah.
There's an energy. It's not an energy. There's not an energy behind that. That's the thing, is like there's some of the stories are also stories like that there's a seeker.
Right.
And that there's a falling away, and that there can be a seeing of this There can't be a
who would
seeing of
see?
this.
Who would see it? What are they seeing?
No. But in the
Are they
story,
seeing the mysterious?
I mean, it still takes
Well, this-
time. Even there needs to be time to have any kind of seeing.
But
Is like
don't
in
you-
the movie, you know.
But the
Yeah, yeah.
seeing is special. It's a specialness. And,
Yeah.
you know, we all like to feel special.
Well, yeah.
You know,
I do.
that's the, yeah.
You're special,
why not?
Natalie.
Oh, I know. You're my special friend. But yeah, it's like seeing it or not seeing it. What are we actually seeing? You know, whatever's in front there. We're not like these things. A lot of this is just, you know, it's like no one's producing the thoughts. The thoughts just randomly come in. And so if there's a thought, ooh, I see something special. I see something that's going to make me feel good because I've been told there's separation. And then I've been told, no, there's no separation. So I've got to figure out which one's better. And it's like, there's no knowing how you're going to feel about anything in any given situation. You know, the ravings of a lunatic.
yeah, and then also the whole idea of sense of separation, because now it's like sense of separation is just kind of like empty words. I don't understand, you know, what is sense of separation?
Separation from what? What's separate? Where is it? Where's the separation? Where's the no separation?
Where's no separation, exactly.
Where is it? Come on, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Let's look behind the curtain. Where's the curtain? I mean, where's the veil? Whether there's a veil or not, I mean, what does it change?
Yeah.
This is changeless, you know. Thoughts, feelings, emotions. Yeah, they kind of appear. And even if you think you know why, does it really matter? You know,
No.
it doesn't
Nobody
change
cares.
what is. Nobody cares. It doesn't change
Nobody
what
cares.
is. Yeah, I love that. Do you know this is a great story.
Nobody
My daughter
cares.
was like, my daughter was 2 years old and she was learning to talk and stuff. And she would go around saying that. Nobody cares. Nobody cares in this sweet little voice. And something in me loved that. I was just like, this is so great. This little girl is being so bossy. Nobody cares. It was awesome.
Patrice says, how can there be separation if everything is it? Good question. Exactly. There can't be.
But also, you cannot say there is no separation because that cannot be known. Because who would know that there is no separation? And also, am I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's just like that whole questioning for it to be some kind of topic. Is there a separation or no separation? Because it's that also disappears and nobody cares. Because you don't like a child doesn't care. Is there a separation? Is there no separation?
Yeah, like try holding opposing views right now. Just be like, there's separation. There's no separation. Okay, what happened? Did anything happen? Did it change? No. I mean, it could have, maybe for someone else. I don't know how it is for any others, but holding opposing views is just like, doesn't really change anything.
No, because actually the lived experience, the body, or I don't know, the lived experience is already it is just some imaginary mind, kind of like it's you know, doing the job that got never hired, that never got hired, that doesn't get paid. You know, that all that dividing and separating and very busy and, you know, creating all the dramas on top of dramas.
All the dramas. Yeah. And sometimes the dramas are like, yeah, and you're really getting into it, you know, like with your friend laughing and getting, why not? I mean, come on.
Why not?
What's holding you back? Tell her, you know, you give her advice is just like, who knows why anyone would give what advice, but some sort of advice or comment may come out, and
Can happen, yeah.
you know, there's no the effect isn't. Who cares about the effect? There's no one doing it. There's no one not doing it. It's just happening. And so it's really, it can be so fun. And then the drama can be like, oh my God, you know, and just, you just don't know. There's no knowing of how anything's going to affect you unless it's happening and not happening at the same time. Yeah, but yeah, it just,
and then also, I think like all these quote unquote spiritual paths, for a long time, for a while in the story, there was a judgment of like when people were so confused, or I don't know, they were like so like chaotic. Then as a Grace, the person who was on the, I was so determined, you know, on this trajectory of like focus something, self-actualization or something. And then I couldn't afford, the thought was I couldn't afford to be, I don't know, you know, friends with like people who are so confused, and like, you know, no, and I have to really like be focused. But as it all collapsed now, there's like, there is such like openness and freedom. And then like, and it's like, oh my God, she's so lovely and so funny. And there's like so much, and then the thought was like, oh my gosh, it was all in my head, my own separation and my own judgment that kind of blocked that experience of love from hanging out with her or something. So that was kind of fun.
Yeah. Like those imaginary bars come up, like, ooh, I gotta be this way to fit in. So it's like operating out of fear constantly. Fear of losing something that was never yours in the first place. That operating out of fear.
And a lot of them is so unconscious. It's not even recognized as fear. Right. It's just like the system is so used to somehow like that self, I don't know, there's a mechanism that I like built on that imaginary sense of significance and importance.
Right. And value. No one could create that. Yeah, it just
it was all happening by itself. Yeah.
And then you're just
and then
like,
one day it disappears.
What the hell? Yeah, exactly. And you're just like, where did that analyzer go? Where's that judger?
Yeah.
Oh well, maybe it'll be back. Who knows? Yeah, that is, and it's like those. When you're talking about the spiritual path, I'm not a very disciplined person, you know, in this story. And so the meditating and the trying to fit in with the way the spiritual people looked and all that just kind of, it was like, I can't deal with this. And then, you know, when I heard radical non-duality, whatever that is, I was like, yeah, oof, you know, but there is no spirituality. There is no radical non-duality. You know, they're labels. Sure, we label things so we can kind of fit in together, you know, so we can see who we align with. That just happens too. You know, you just try. And then that whole spiritual circus of trying this, it was like a quick change, like try on Hinduism, try on the path of the yogi, try on Buddhism. Boom, off, like, no, not it. Then radical non-duality, that's it. Then it became the church of YouTube every day, like a psychotic person just, oh my God, another video. Oh, come
church
on,
of
who
YouTube.
else is out there? Yeah.
Fellow
and
member.
I'm like, yes. And then one day, I don't even know. There's only stories, but one day it just stopped happening. And I turned on a video and it was like, just an aversion to it, like you know, and that's fine. Who cares whether I was still watching YouTube, whether I was not? It doesn't matter, you know. It doesn't not matter. It just isn't happening, and it does. Oh, I mean, that part feels more relaxing. you know, but there's still like someone was saying, just the spontaneity of life is just always. So I feel like just certain, I mean, and this is a story, but certain people are prone to wanting to know why. And I, like, when I was a little girl, I was always told why things happened. I remember in the memory being told, well, don't do this because this will happen. So there was always given a why. And as I got a little older, I wanted to know, why are we here? Why are people mean? Why do people get sick? Why does bad stuff happen? And it's like, no one could tell me why. And that was just some innate search that no one was doing. It was just the way this character was, wanting to know why. There are people out there, you know, these appearances that don't really care why. They don't care. They never. I have an aunt like that. She has never given a crap about why anything. And is it better or worse? No. I mean, it's just what it is. But that whole wanting to know why is just almost like effortlessly there, you know? And then when the why stops happening, it's just like, oh, there was never a why. There's never a why anyway. Okay, guys, I'll stop talking.
Oh, that was beautiful.
I love to talk. I do love to talk. I'm a talker. And you know what? This is like a reunion because I'm seeing all my favorite people on here. All the people I watched on YouTube. Ooh. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's so obvious that naturally some people are very disciplined, and then, like, you know, even, I don't know, work or spiritual, I don't know, all these I have a lot of energy, and then somehow I think it's the belief that somehow it should be like that, or it has more value than being lazy and not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, that all collapses. So it's just nothing is better, or it's just that's the freedom. It's like, oh, I'm actually rather a lazy character.
Yeah. And that's who cares? That's great. So what?
Yeah.
And then it couldn't be otherwise.
No. And sometimes I have like spurts of suddenly, like, whoa, you know, like
Lazy's the new
where did this
productive.
come from?
It's the new productive. I'm telling you, just be lazy. And then whatever you want to do is what ends up happening most of the time.
Yeah. And sometimes I have phases that feels like very energetic and very like to do, but it is all, there's a lot of also joy in that, you know. And then I'm like, wow, maybe now I'm going to be like really productive person. And then it's like the next day,
Yes.
just like lazy again. It's like, oh, I guess not.
Yeah.
Another question from Elio in chat says, if there would be real separation, couldn't be interaction. Is the body separation from the air that's inhaled, or the light from the sun is all just a soup of energy, essentially? Yeah, skin in the air. I remember that thought.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like,
a familiar one.
All right, I end at my skin. Okay. Right. Because I can't feel past that. But when you go to the dentist, you can get this shot and then you can't feel half your face. So does that mean all of a sudden your face isn't there, like, or it's gone, or it's not you? The boundary changed.
Right, but isn't it irrelevant and moot? Like, what is it?
I know.
Matter?
What do you
like? With those thoughts were coming, like, well, is it all just like one painting, and is it really just one, like, not 3D? And it's like, what the hell? Who cares? Like, it is what it is.
The me cares.
So what?
The me cares. All right. Me here.
Yeah, the illusory me.
Excuse me. I need to know where I am, so I can
interject?
This.
Yes.
Okay.
So
I have to maintain this.
Yes.
so like I'm reading the question, if there's real separate, couldn't be interested in the body is separate from the air that's inhaled, like, because it's like it's obvious. This question, the one who questions, that's the one who somehow disappears, because it's nobody knows. Is the body separate from the air? I don't know. That's inhaled from the light, and nobody. It's just and it's obvious that nobody knows any of that. So it's just
Now the scientists will
disappears
tell
because
you
it
something.
becomes oh yeah, well everybody can say something.
Right.
It's just
But it does.
deep within that, deep within, I don't know, some moment it just kind of occurs that, oh my God, oh my fucking God, actually nobody has any idea. And science say something, religion say something, I don't know, and everybody has something to say. I cannot say right and wrong, but somehow one day it seemed to occur that nobody knows, and you don't need to know. There's no need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would it do? What would it do if you did know that? Would it change anything? That was a thought. Like,
Yeah.
would it even change if there was a no?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
So my body in the air, it doesn't end, and it's all just flowing. But it doesn't really, like, it just isn't really something that comes up anymore, because who cares? I mean, this sounds like there is no authority. Like, who could say what this is, what seems to be happening? And then once that thought came, like, wait, what am I doing? What's going on here? There isn't someone, an authority, that would know more or less about this. There isn't anything like that going on. You know, no authority
because
on it.
It's like
So,
that sense of separation. Like, actually the belief that there's me and then there are others. Like that, when the belief in the other, me separate, the other that is separate from me, that's kind of, that gives a right to authority, superiority, inferiority, better words. And that is like then there's like, oh, somebody, that delusion that somebody knows more or less. So that once that totally it is seen that there's no other, then there's no such thing as authority. Authority is only possible when there's a separation, something separate from. I mean, there are authorities in, like, I don't know how to fix the toilet. I don't know, something. Yeah, that's like the, but on freedom, on truth, on all this.
Yeah, this doesn't even know. It's never been touched ever. It can't be.
Cannot.
It's amazing. It's so pure and
Untouchable.
innocent. It's never been touched.
No.
Since the Big Bang, with all the crazy stories and what may happen and what may not, and you can't touch it. It's not. It doesn't even know. That's how special it all is. We all are. It's not even acknowledged. That is the is-ness, and that's and the craziness of it is that is the unconditional freedom of it. Wow.
If I could say something
So
too.
beautiful.
Yeah, Howard. Thanks, Howard. Beautiful. Yeah, Harvey.
Yeah, I was just kind of listening, and I think, you know, we and the characters all go through trying to, like we were talking about emptiness and you know, what is it? And I kind of remembered that because one of the courses I teach is a Buddhism course, and there's hundreds of years of people trying to define what is emptiness and so on and so on. But but I sort of think it really comes, for me anyway, it comes down to seeing like the flowering or the blossoming of what is, and just going full stop right there. And even if there's a if one says, well, is it separate, not separate? Well, whatever is there, even if you're saying there is separation or there isn't, that's what is. And that isness, it's like, I would sometimes say, you just go full stop. Don't go beyond just what is, whatever it is, however it shows up. That's it. And that includes whether there's a perception of no separation, or there is separation, or there's confusion or not confusion. That's what is, the isness, and not go beyond the isness. And when you do go beyond it, and I say you or me, well, that's it too. That's it, even if I was to say I'm noticing what is, I could get into, oh, is there an I? Is there not an I? But that's what is. So if there's a feeling of an I, that's what is. And in that, there's a kind of a surrendering, or thisness, as Eric just said. It's a surrendering, because now there's no longer a need to try to figure it out or speculate about it. It's just what is this, and stopping, going full stop right there. That's the it. And even that is, even to say that is just what is as well. Because I think that the mind or the me or whatever, yeah, we're all trying to figure it out, or no need to, because whatever shows up is just it, including the stories. And I think that, which is in that last weekend when Emerson was doing the talk, so, he called it simple and direct. And it is. It's just that direct. It's direct. The isness.
Yeah.
And you stop right there. It's simple, but there's there's sort of that thing that we do to complicate it, of trying to grasp it or figure it out. Anyway, I just wanted to kind of
Thanks, Harvey.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you can't talk about this. But even the attempt to talk about this is also this. Everything is this. There is no escape from this, whatever it is. Apparent suffering, apparent seeking. This.
And that's what makes it so simple. Because even if you're confused or trying to grasp it or whatever, that's it too. And then there's like that okayness, but then everything is equal. There's like equanimity in everything. There's no specialness, because whatever seems to be there, that's it. And then stop right there.
Say no more. Say no more.
Say no more.
And I just also love the poetry, that like how it shared that this untouchable, that what appears like everything, and so like just the whole apparent human experience, which is actually absolutely empty, absolutely unmovable stillness. That's what is just so stunning and mind-blowing. And that just sometimes just kind of explosion of wonder and the stunningness of existence dash non-existence.
Yeah, the fact that it doesn't recognize you is the greatest love. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't recognize you, humanity, and anything.
Doesn't recognize shit.
No.
Doesn't care about anything or anyone. So rude. No, but that's the piece, though.
Brutal.
But that's the piece. Billy says, let's see, isn't it impossible to just leave it as it is? If we could, if we could, we wouldn't talk about it so much. Yeah. Sometimes I think, like, it's funny that I talk about this, because who am I talking to? Isn't that a trick on me? But it just happens, so I'm not gonna argue with it. It's kind of like that. It's like it just is what it is. Like, it's a great question.
it can seem like we are talking about it, like talking of stillness or this like indifferentiation or this and that. But actually, you can never talk about it. It cannot be. It's not possible to be talked about. It's just, I mean, talking happens, but it's I guess it's like an entertainment. But this whole thing is completely also. This is like only in the dreaming, that in the stories that, oh, we are here to talk about it, but actually this also has nothing to do with what we are trying to talk about, yet it is completely it too.
Yeah.
The key point there is talking happens too. Talking happens.
Yeah, talking happens.
And the talking
Why not?
happens. The talking happens is the same as anything else. It's equal. It has the same completion, perfectness, whatever words you would call. It has everything it needs to be. Talking happens completely.
And it's exactly the same as not talking.
Yes.
And talking. But apparent silence happens, why not? Apparent talking happens, why not? But actually also nobody's doing.
Yeah. How do you use time to explain the timelessness?
Yeah, about that. It's just so difficult.
It's impossible.
Right? I know, yeah. I'm being it's impossible. And not even that. It's just so
just objectively nil.
Full stop. Yeah. Yeah. Totally, Howard. Nil. Void. It's all null and void.
Which sounds terrible.
Which sounds so bad. It sounds so bad. But it's not, though. Somehow. It's not. Yeah, people call me and will be like, why do you talk about the emptiness so much? You know, it's full. You know, yeah, it sounds bad, but it's not. No,
it's not. Unconditional.
It's not.
Everything in time has a condition, has a meaning and purpose, has a all relationships, all. Dear me.
And also that there's no time, that is there's nobody that you can share that, nobody you can speak to.
No.
For us, there's time. For us, if there is a right, but no time is for nobody.
Which is everything.
Yeah, the emptiness of the timeless and the fullness of what is. Right.
Yeah. Fullness is the absence.
And fullness can also be that it has everything that it needs to be just what it is. It always has everything that it's complete.
Nothing's missing.
Nothing's missing, nothing's broken. And so the fullness, it's empty of any separate existence, we could say that. But it's also full because it's like taking a half a glass of water. Well, it's completely full. It has everything it needs to be the half glass of water. And if I take another drink, it has everything it needs to be a quarter glass of water. So it's always full. It's always full.
It's infinite. Yeah.
Infinite. Yeah.
You never die.
No.
Ooh. But also, you were never born and you never lived. Ooh, oh shit, I don't want that. That's usually it shows up here. Like, oh, sweet, that's not real. Wait a minute.
But what does it even change?
It's not even happening. I mean, it's just this. Yeah. It's a beautiful thought. Or it isn't.
Like the thoughts,
Who knows?
not the thought. The like the everything that is a point and purpose. What's my purpose in life? That's a big one. And there's a whatever seems to be happening is the point. It just is that. But the ultimate purpose, it's almost like there were thoughts that there must be an ultimate purpose in this. And that is empty of what does that even mean? An ultimate purpose. But in this seeming life, in whatever seems to be happening, I'm a mom and I, take care of the kids. And it just all happens without any real knowing of why, how, or even if I do know, whatever, the kids are taken care of. And that was a purpose for a time. That was a purpose in life. Well, I still have a 13-year-old. So it's still being a purpose in this seeming life. But ultimately, there are mothers there in maybe a different country. And their purpose is to also take care of their children. And they don't have food and they don't have clean water. And are they any less special than me? Absolutely not. It's all equal. This is the great equalizer, I like the absolute poverty too. That's a good one. But it really is just whatever the purpose or the point that's arising, that's coming up, that's just that, and there's no controller, circumstance or absolutely anything. Absolutely nothing. There's not a controller and there's not even not a controller. It's just there's seeming control, seeming choices that come up and just, decisions are made, whether there's a thought, a deep thought or no thought about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't really change what is.
And
Just
maybe
back to that unchangeableness. That doesn't even make any sense. And when I say that, so.
But maybe, Natalie, what you said is important, that maybe it's like, if we were to use the words ultimate purpose, maybe if we could say your ultimate purpose right now is to be sitting in your van and talking, that's the ultimate purpose. It's complete.
That's the point right there. Yeah. That's
it. The what is, that's the purpose in that, we call it the moment, but so if we were to talk about even the ultimate purpose is we're here right now, this what is, and stop right there. That's the purpose. And because it's not going anywhere, it's just boom, boom, this, that's it.
Who knew grading papers could be so fun? Like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's the only thing in your mind at that moment or in front of you. And
when I feel resentment about grading papers, I go, oh, that's what is too.
That's also beautiful. Beautiful, deep resentment.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Grace, what were you saying?
Oh no, thank God that the things like purpose doesn't have to be. I don't know.
Oh my God, that was so heavy. Apparently, like, what's my purpose? Oh, I know what it is. Oh no, am I living up to it? Am I on the right trajectory to intersect with the timeline? Thanks, Gunver. Good to see you. Bye. Thanks for coming. I think I will turn off the recording now. But we can keep talking as long as anybody wants, because it's technically the breakout room. Thanks. So we'll say thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. We're not leaving, but cheers.